welcome to St Andrews at Knighthead Park. How are we doing?
Hooray!
I'm Lara, and it's my absolute pleasure to be your host today for a very special occasion, where today we will be unveiling the statue for Blues' greatest ever player, Trevor Francis. Thanks to everyone who's come and joined us down at the COP Fan Zone. I can't tell you how much hard work has gone into the work that's been done for the Trevor Francis unveiling today. But many thanks to the Trevor Francis Memorial Committee who are joining us today. Jeremy Dale, Jasper Carrot, Tom Ross, John Clark and John White, who is unfortunately unwell today and can't be with us. Well, let's get this thing underway. Can you please put your hands together and give a very warm welcome for Birmingham City Football Club's CEO, Jeremy Dale.
Ladies and gentlemen, Blue Noses and friends from Nottingham Forest. Today is not just a match day, it's a moment of history. A moment when we remember and a moment when we pay tribute to Trevor Francis. We gather here at St Andrews to unveil a statue of the man who wasn't just a footballer, he was our footballer. Trevor burst on the scene as a 16-year-old with pace, flair and footballing intelligence that was ahead of its time by years. And at that time, he was known here as Superboy. Trevor, speaking personally, he was my boyhood hero. My first game here was about 3 weeks after he made his debut. And so my childhood was brought up watching Trevor light up the pitch behind us. Electric pace, effortless skill, and a humility that made him not just admired, but adored. He was the kind of player who made you fall in love with the beautiful game. Trevor brought joy to all who saw him play. He lit up the pitch behind us and he lit up our hearts. And when he became the first £1 million footballer, when he was transferred to Nottingham Forest, it wasn't just a transfer, it was a seismic moment in football history. But him leaving didn't change our relationship with him. He was one of ours. He was always one of ours. We all cheered when he scored the winning goal in the European Cup final for Forest. We all cheered every time he put on the England shirt. And how fitting it is today that as we face Forest, we honour the man who bridged both clubs with brilliance and grace. He went on to play for many great clubs across Europe, but he never forgot where it all began. And neither did we. Trevor returned to Birmingham City to manage us in the mid-90s, proving that legends don't just live in the past, they come home. He gave us pride, passion, and a belief that this club could rise again. And we're all standing here today heartbroken that he isn't here to see this club rise again. We spoke to him the week before he passed to try and get him to come back to be an ambassador of the club. And it would have been such joy for all of us to have had him here with us and witness the rise of the last couple of years. As we honour Trevor today, we're delighted to welcome back other great players and a former coach. These wore the royal blue, either alongside Trevor or under him when he was manager. So can you thank and welcome Kenny Burns, Bob Hatton, Keith Birchin, Malcolm Page, Tony Watt, Ian Bennett, Paul Hendry, Mike Kelly, Joe Gallagher, Jim Barron, the coach. Thank you all, gentlemen. I hope I've mentioned you all. And thank you all for coming and paying tribute. I must also thank Jasper Carrot, Tom Ross, John White, 3 of his close friends who've worked with Gary Cook, John Clark and I on the Trevor Francis Memorial Committee. One of the things about this was we didn't want to just do a statue. We wanted to do something that was living in his memory. And so we also created the Trevor Francis Memorial Cup, which the first season was last year, where schools from across the country competed in a cup tournament, and the final took place at the end of last season. So Trevor's memory will live on. I also would like to thank Doug Jennings, the renowned sculptor who has created this magnificent statue. Doug, if you could just give a quick wave to the crowd. And also thanks to all of you for turning up and remembering this. This statue is more than bronze and stone. It's a symbol of what it means to be Blues. Of loyalty, of legacy, and of love for the game. And it stands here now so that future generations will ask, who was Trevor Francis? And we'll all be able to smile and say, he was one of the greatest and he was one of ours. That's who Trevor Francis was. So Trevor, we thank you. We thank you for all the memories and the joy, and we will never forget you.
Come on, you Blues!
Come on, you Blues. So with that, I would like to invite one of Trevor's close friends, the one and only Jasper Carrot, to come to the stage.
Thanks. This is a very emotional day for everyone out there and all the Blues fans, and of course the Nottingham Forest fans, who we're delighted to welcome here, and they've taken the time and the trouble to come and celebrate this very special occasion. And his friends and his family, particularly, it's just, we knew Trevor, and you all know that he was much more than just a footballer. He was a fantastic and a privileged to know human being. He really was. I've known Trevor since 1975, and we've shared so many memories of playing and socialising, and we always used to get mistaken for each other. I kid you not, there was loads of papers with our photos and going like, tell the difference, particularly on the pitch. And seriously, it was and he tells this real true story. He was in Marbella and he was walking down the front somewhere, and a bloke came up and went, "Hey, Jasper, sign this." And Trevor said, "No," he said, "I'm not Jasper, I'm Trevor." He said, "Don't be stupid, effing, blah, 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 blah. Sign it, sign it." So, and the bloke was really, and in the end, Trevor said, okay. So he said, "To Graham, lots of love, Ken Dodd." And when he was, when we were together, we spoke about many times about a statue being erected outside here in Birmingham to remember his time as a player and as a manager. And we talked it long and hard. And I said, "Well, what sort of statue do you want?" And he said, "I would love it to be not formal, but sort of like me in action." And he loved the penguin shirt. And he was very specific, really, how he wanted it to be. So when we were planning all this, I could put a real Trevor input into it. And the only thing he said, he said, "The only problem is pigeons." I said, "He said, pigeons?" He said, "What are they going to do about the pigeons?" I said, "Oh, you don't have to worry about that. They've got to fly over Villa Park by the time they'll be empty." So I'm going to keep it short. Trevor was an incredibly special friend and a remarkable human being, and we all miss him greatly. And with today, as I say, being very emotional, what you're going to see will knock you out. And Trevor, when Trevor passed, he left us a legacy. And the legacy were memories. All those memories that we all remember Trevor, the 4 goals against Bolton Wanderers, his first appearance for England, his managership and all that. And he left us that legacy, and this will be one today. And so, thank you, Trevor. Thank you for the memories. Thanks a million.
A huge thank you to Jasper and Jeremy there for those touching words. Now, it made sense for some youngsters to join Jasper and Jeremy to unveil the statue. As we all know, Trevor Francis came to this club at such a young age, and we are all about nurturing that young talent. And I hope you lads know what a special job you've got to do today. Are you ready then? Are you going to help me?
Hooray!
Help me with the countdown?
Yeah!
In 3, 2, 1.
Every road through life is a long, long road filled with joys and sorrows too. But you journey on how your heart may yearn. With wealth and love it's gold, but onward we must go. Keep right until the end of the road. Keep right until the end. Though the way be long, let your hearts be strong. Keep right until the end. If you're tired and weary, still journey on, till you come to your happy